The small level of details you can get out of it, right, Marge? Dumb jerks. These people are so stupid. Voiceover artists, character actors, and impressionists, should you use headphones? Well, some of it comes down to preference, but moreover, it comes down to the level of detail needed for your particular work. So if you're an announcer, and you're just doing the same kind of voice for every read you do. They hand you a script, and it's always, this is your signature read, and you're doing the same thing over and over. And this is all people want. Each script that comes in is the same thing, coming to a theater near you, right? If that's all you do, right? If that's your signature thing, you'll get used to doing this voice without headphones, and that's okay. You can get away with it. Well, when you do characters, impressions, these things that require detail, you should care enough, really, you should, to use headphones because you want to hear those details as they're going to come out on TV, internet. You want to be able to hear that. So I've had musicians come up to me before and they're like, you must have the perfect ear. I remember years ago I heard that. I was like, what are they talking about? The longer you do this over your lifetime, you'll be able to understand how to compensate, right? Right? So if I'm doing a Trump impression, let's just say Trump, okay? No, excuse me, I haven't heard that. No. But no, excuse me, you're fake news. You're fake news. No, okay. You hear the realism in that versus what you hear from a lot of Trump impressionists just for this particular voice, which is over the top exaggerated. Excuse me, I don't understand your question. Excuse me, I have the perfect brain. Okay, well, it's not accurate. But it's got the comedic elements where people will be like, So, but there's a difference. That's a very different performance level and a desire of outcome, in your type of script or your type of voice. Now, these people are crazy, right? You hear the seriousness and the realism in there, and it's not an accident. I mean, this is what happens when you start practicing the violin or the drums or the guitar or whatever it is, the piano, when you're 8 years old. I'm 60 now, so this is why I have the skill I do. I should. If you're serious and you take it seriously and you practice a lot and you've done so since you were 8, like you would with a guitar or anything like that, you damn sure better have some skill by the time you get older. That's it. And some people, they don't take it with the same seriousness, and there's nothing wrong with that, but, it's just a different product. It's just a different product. So, personally, yes. Long story short, yes. If you want to do accurate impressions, quality characters, I think you really need to hear how you're going to sound to the end user who is going to hear you on a speaker, right? Which this is your speaker, internet, TV, movie, whatever, radio. You want to be able to hear that as much as possible, and the accuracy and the small level of details you can get out of it, right, Marge? Dumb jerks. These people are so stupid. I think it took me like 4 years to get Homer. I mean, I've done so many impressions over the years, I've lost count. But I remember Homer. It took me about 4 years to get him perfected, and then I ended up on The Simpsons, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, I do recommend if you want to do characters or impressions, use headphones.